Hey there, everyone. It's Jason with Infinity Property Group at Keller Williams Realty. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys more about staging. We talked the other day about what you want to do when you're doing construction on your home and you're planning a remodel. Well, what about when it's time to sell? Now that it's time to sell your home, now what? Well, staging, of course. We've talked about before, 95% of homes that are staged sell within 33 days. It's pretty staggering. Staging really does work. And basically, the whole purpose behind it is it helps buyers see the purpose and potential for each room. I always recommend using a professional stager. They'll have the materials needed and can turn around a home usually in a day or so. Here's a few common missteps in which sellers think their staging is spot on, however, misses a spot altogether. You always want to be mindful of budgets, of course, especially when a budget doesn't exist. You want to choose furniture that shows off your home in the best light possible, and positioning the furniture in a correct, purposeful way is important as well. When you use a professional stager, they have all the furniture in the warehouse ready to go. They also know how to set up the furniture in a purposeful way. When budgets are tight, you can use existing furniture. Be mindful, though, that it's got to be in good shape. You can also use resources such as Craigslist, eBay. Some cities have something called FreeCycle as a resource to find low-cost furniture. Now, as a realtor, when we're not using a professional stager, I help with brainstorming and having in mind a consistent theme and message throughout the process of staging, which is clean and simple. Typically, highlight a space. I also use sites such as Pinterest, as well as previously professional photographs that we have of our previous listings showing staging in a positive way, and also show examples of not so great staging so that people can see the way it wants to be versus the way it shouldn't be. Again, the goal is for buyers to visually be able to see themselves in their new home. Professional stagers will also sometimes they'll set up themes for different rooms depending on their use. For example, a media room will often get staged with a recliner, a few recliners, remote controls, and a popcorn machine. However, be careful when folks want to get too exotic with their themes. Again, keep it clean and simple. There are times for various reasons when a home takes longer to sell than normal. This becomes even more challenging when the current homeowner is still living there. People live and get busy, and it can be challenging to keep the property perfectly pristine at all times, meaning every single time a buyer enters into it, there's no clutter, there's no laundry on the floor, no papers stacked up, no dishes in the sink. You got to be mindful of that, and you got to make sure that the property must be clean and show ready at all times. Now, clear communication about this must be talked about in advance, because you never know when the buyer will want to have a showing of that property. Now, working through situations when rooms or exteriors don't match the rest of the staged home. For example, the kitchen, the master bedroom, the living room all look great. However, the garage looks like a bomb went off. You want to make sure that the garage, even though and I get it, it's a great area for packing and sorting, what goes to the new home, what gets donated. It's got to look like the rest of the house. Buyers will come in, they'll tour the home, place looks great, they get to the garage and they go, oh my God, what happened here? And that's all they can think about for the whole entire rest of the time they're in the house, and then later when they're discussing it. So things you want to be mindful of, as well as the exterior property. You want to make sure that the curb appeal of the home is absolutely spot on. Grass is mowed, trees are trimmed. I can't tell you how many times folks pull up to a property and don't even get out of their car. The whole reason is for folks to get out of their car and come to the home. And first impressions, they do mean something, and your curb appeal is a first impression. Now, home decorating and home staging are two different things. You as a homeowner, when you decorate, you do it to your specific taste and style. Now, when staging gets involved, the goal is, again, to neutralize the home and the look and feel so it appeals to the most buyers possible and doesn't turn off potential buyers. For example, the display of Hummel figurines in the golf ball collection will have to be put away. Constant theme of clean and simple is something that you want to work on throughout the whole house. So for more tips about staging, for more information about real estate in general, give me a call. My direct phone number is 774-696-4293. Or of course you can always email me, jason@kwipg.com. Look forward to all the questions and comments, and see you on the next segment.